Hey there, my name is Zach Marvin, and I make videos about software development tutorials and my own game development journey. Today, I'm here to talk to you about how you can make over 6 figures by learning how to make video games. Just before I get started, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button and let me know if you have any other recommendations on how you made 6 figures by learning how to make video games in the comments below. Now, you're probably thinking making 6 figures from learning how to make video games is a pipe dream. Well, I'm here to tell you it's actually a little more realistic than you think. I've been in the software development industry for over 5 years now, and I've created multiple apps and games on the iOS App Store and other platforms like itch.io. And guess what? I currently make over 6 figures, and I started from learning how to make video games. So let's roll the tape back about 5 years ago. I was in the active duty Air Force, and I was doing generic IT work. I wanted to transition to a software development role in the software development industry. My wife proceeded to buy me a MacBook that would allow me to make iOS apps, since to publish apps on the iOS store, you have to make it with a MacBook. I didn't know a lick of code at the time, but I thought a fun way to learn would be to learn how to make a video game and publish it to the iOS App Store. I spent every ounce of free time for the following 2 months learning the software development concepts through learning how to make a video game by watching tutorials on YouTube, kind of like this one. Within 6 months of releasing that video game on the App Store, I was planning on getting out of the active duty military and going to the reserves. This meant I needed to find a job to support my family, and I used the knowledge I gained from making that video game to land a professional junior software developer role at NASA's Stennis Space Center. Since landing that job and transitioning to the military, I've gained so much knowledge and expertise in software development that has directly translated to the ability to make quality video games as efficient and as effective as possible. I've also transitioned from a junior role at the NASA Stennis Space Center to mid and senior roles at the Army Corps of Engineers. This primary profession is helping me fund my game dev dream until one day I release a game that makes enough money for me to retire early, or the more likely scenario is I use my generous salary in the software development career profession to save up enough money to retire early and focus solely on making video games. But here's the thing, that's easier said than done. My true passion is game development, not software development, and I'm not alone. I often find my coworkers in the industry learned to code for the same reason I did. They wanted to make video games. There are thousands of people out there who dream of making video games, so how do we turn that dream into a realistic reality? Well, let me tell you what worked for me. It's all about finding the right work-life balance. My work-life balance looks something like this. I work 8 to 9 hours a day from home, so there's no commute. I then spend the remaining daylight hours spending quality time with my family. Once my kids have gone to sleep, I then use those hours and the hours before I start work the next day to work on my video game projects. Working remotely is a common trend in software development careers, especially after COVID. Working remote gives me a little bit more time to work on my video games that I would otherwise spend commuting. This is another reason I believe using game development knowledge and experience to land a professional software development job is the way to go, since most jobs don't allow you to work remotely. Also, starting with a professional software development job provides me the financial stability to support my family while still working on my game development journey. Now, I know what you're thinking, software development's hard and you don't know where to start. Well, lucky for you, I just created a video last week and published it to my YouTube on the foundational concepts of software development and what you need to know when starting to learn to code. I'll go ahead and link that video right here, so if you're interested in starting your journey right now, go ahead and click on that and watch through that video. If you didn't click on that card, I'll give you a quick snippet of where to start. First things first, you're going to need to choose a programming language. There are tons of options out there, but my advice would be to start with the language that is applicable to the type of software developer job you are getting or applying for, and a language that has a high demand and a strong community. Some of these examples are C++, C#, JavaScript, and Python. Don't worry though, learning to code isn't as hard as you might think, and the best part is the skills you learn from game development can be applied to a wide range of software development careers like web development, mobile app development, data analysis. No matter where you go, there's a place for you in the software development field, and the knowledge you've gained in other parts of the field will translate. One of the key benefits of learning to program through game development is that it helps you develop a strong foundation of core concepts that can be applied to other software development ventures. For example, learning how to design and implement algorithms in a game engine can help you understand how to design and implement algorithms for other types of applications. Similarly, understanding how to optimize code for performance in a game can help you understand how to optimize code for performance in other types of software. Game development can be a costly, stressful, and time-consuming endeavor. That's why I recommend using income from a primary profession to offset these costs and allow you to pursue game development as a hobby or a dream. It's important to find the right balance to make sure that you have the time and resources to devote to your game development projects, and there are a few strategies that can help with this. First, set aside a dedicated time for game development and try to be as efficient and productive as possible during this time. And then secondly, to slowly transition from the professional software development being your primary source of income to game development being your primary source of income, consider finding financial support or investments for your game development projects. This could include crowdfunding, grants, sponsorships, or even contracts with video game publishers. There are plenty of tutorials and videos here online and on YouTube that will help you get to speed with programming and game development concepts. Don't be afraid to ask the community for help or seek out resources if you get stuck. There is a strong community of game developers willing to share their knowledge and expertise. You can find these communities in various subreddits, Facebook pages, and even Discord channels. Once you have a solid foundation in programming and game development, it's important to stay up to date in industry trends and continue learning and improving your skills. This could involve taking online courses, attending conferences, or participating in online communities. It's also important to network with other developers and build relationships within the industry. You never know when one of these connections are going to help. An additional piece of advice I have for aspiring game developers is to be persistent. Don't get discouraged by setbacks or failures. It's very likely that the first job you apply for, you're not going to land that job, and the first video game you make isn't going to be a hit success. I think that falling forward and failing fast is the best strategy when pursuing something out of your comfort zone. It's normal to experience setbacks and failures along the way, but it's important to persevere and keep moving forward. This might mean reworking a project or seeking out additional resources or learning new skills, applying to more and more junior positions, or simply continuing to work hard and stay focused. Another key to success is to be open to new opportunities and take calculated risks when they present themselves. This might mean taking a new job instead of waiting for that current promotion, or switching gears on a video game you've been working on. But oftentimes, these calculated risks lead to growth and help you develop as a software developer. Lastly, it's important to stay motivated and find ways to stay energized in the projects you're working on. This might involve setting goals, finding a supportive community or mentor, or just simply finding ways to stay engaged in your current work. I think consistency and hard work will trump motivation every time. Motivation can be fleeting, and sometimes you're not motivated depending on your mood or certain emotions or life circumstances. But if you set aside a certain amount of time every day or every so often to focus on software development or game development, you will achieve your goals. In summary, making 6 figures from learning how to make video games is definitely possible, but it does require hard work, dedication, and a willingness to learn and adapt. By starting with a professional software development job, you have the income to fund your game development projects, and you can find the right balance to turn your passion into a successful career. With the right mindset and approach, anything is possible. If you like this video, help me out with the algorithm by hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, and let me know what you thought of the video in the comments below. Good luck and happy coding.